fish and people are connected. The water is the connection. You know, we both require water in different ways. And if the water is good enough for fish, it is certainly good enough for us. I'm Lesley Peterson. I'm the Alberta biologist at Trout Unlimited Canada. A lot of our work over the last few years has focused on native trout recovery. So we do restoration work and helped with some outreach activities and build awareness and appreciation for native trout and their habitats. One of our priority areas that we've been working in is the Ypres watershed, and that's northwest of Calgary, and it flows into the Bow River system. We've been working there for a few years with a variety of partners, user groups, watershed groups, and other NGOs, industry, and so forth. And so it's a priority area for native trout recovery, and we have identified a number of threats in that watershed. Some of it is habitat loss or degradation. Some of it is water quality issues with sediment runoff into creeks, and also fragmentation where culverts are affecting fish passage upstream. The benefit of these beaver dam analogs and this sort of low-tech process-based approach to restoration is it's supposed to be relatively easy. I mean, labor-intensive, but not, you know, engineered like structures kind of thing. They're meant to be temporary and they're meant to shift and change with the water. We did actually hire an engineer to design it because this hasn't been done in Alberta, and so we wanted to make sure we could get through an approvals process and regulators could see something that an engineer has had eyes on and looked at. So that took a while. And then the actual construction, we had a lot of people out for 4 days, I think, and building 3 beaver dam analogs and doing some work in the creek channel. It was a lot of work, and you know, you really appreciate the work that beavers do because they do it for free. They don't require any permits, and they maintain the structures forever. We like to create the conditions and let the river do the work. So we kind of set it up, step back, and let nature take over and sort it out how it's supposed to. So yeah, we hope that this helps spur more of this kind of work in the province. So there's a variety of projects that we do. Sometimes it's, hey, this is a quick fix, let's go in and install some wattle fences and willow stakes and, you know, work with a private landowner, and it's relatively simple. Sometimes it's years of fundraising, regulatory approval processes, material procurement, designs, conversations with other stakeholders to work out what timing works best. This is a long game for us. And not just this project, but native trout recovery in general. There's no silver bullet, there's no overnight fix, and there's multiple threats, and there's social, economic, political, there's all kinds of complicating factors that you just can't flip a switch and fix it. Yeah, we're really lucky in Alberta. We have like amazing landscapes from the foothills to the badlands to, you know, everything in between, the prairies. And the foothills, you know, we see that as the water towers sort of the province, and all that water flows downstream. And it's a really special place in the mountains and foothills. And we have this really cool suite of native trout species that have lived there for thousands of years. And we're on the brink of losing some of them. We've already lost so many populations, and I just don't want to lose them, and I want people to know that they exist, how beautiful they are, the cool things that they do in their life history, and appreciate them, see them maybe, and the places that those fish live and the value that those ecosystems and those waters have. We need that forever.
My name is Angela. I am currently a junior biologist with Trout Unlimited Canada. Trout, when they spawn, they're really looking for like a nice medium to fine gravel mix. But if you have too much silt going on, there isn't enough space between the rocks. So the way that fish nests works, they're called redds. The fish will swim and dig a pit. They'll lay their eggs in it, and then they'll like go above and dig again and like kick gravels over their eggs. So the gravel protects the eggs from being eaten and seen, but it's not like a tightly packed thing. It's a very loose mix. Water and oxygen can still move freely in and out of the nest. When you have like a substrate with a lot of silt, it just chokes out the eggs and they suffocate. And of course, connectivity is very important for our fish. before humans came into this landscape, there wasn't this kind of fragmentation. We didn't have roads everywhere and culverts everywhere, and a lot of the stuff is old, so people didn't have a proper understanding of what fish need. Like, it's really important that now that we have the knowledge, this is what the fish actually need. They need large patch sizes, they need connectivity between different habitats so they can move. A baby trout needs something different than an adult trout, for example. So they need to be able to move between these different habitats at different stages of their lives. Because a really big hurdle that we face as fish biologists is no one cares. They're not very charismatic animals compared to something like a caribou, right? People like caribou because it's like a nice big mammal, but I think fish can lack that a lot of time. And the thing about fish as well that makes it very hard for them is they're in the water. You can't just like fly over and see them. You can't see their tracks. Like, unless you are already interacting with the water, you're probably not going to see these fish. And even if you do, fish are very good at hiding from you, so you probably won't see them. So I just think it's really important to like talk about this more, talk about it with your friends, with people you know, ask them if they know about the native fish that we have and what kind of troubles they're facing. Yes, the solutions are there. We know how to fix these things, and they are quite simple, relatively inexpensive compared to like how much money it would cost to fix this at a later state, or even how much money it would cost if you factored in how much harm was being done. Solutions are there. We just really need like attention and like people noticing that this is a problem and doing something about it.